Hi guys, welcome back. So you've seen a lot of me this week and I'm really glad that a lot of you seem quite happy with the idea of the bonus bumper video to keep us going in between the longer videos. Obviously my studies are getting a bit more intense lately. I'm sitting exams and stuff, so it is a case sometimes I might only manage to do 1 or 2 videos a week, so it's a good way that we can touch base more often. So the last video, 50-50 with some of you. Some of you think that perhaps it is one of the best fancy dress costumes, and near enough the other 50% of you just didn't care. That is the point that people are now at with Harry and Meghan. Nobody actually cares either way. But we're not starting off the video talking about them because we've got the real royals to talk about, and we're going to talk about the King and Queen who are still in Kenya. This was part of day 2, but because William and Catherine have been doing events as well, I've got to start chopping it down a little bit. But the reason why I want to talk about this particular part of their trip is because I have followed this charity for a number of years myself, and that is the Sheldrick Wildlife Trust Elephant Orphanage in Nairobi. So I am absolutely over the moon that they went to visit this amazing place. The Queen was literally living out one of my dreams as she fed baby Mazinga, who is one of the youngest elephants at the orphanage, aged only 1. I was so excited about this that I've actually rang our travel agency that have booked our trip to Kenya, and I've said, is there any way that you might be able to make some adjustments and give us some space where we can actually go see this? So fingers crossed for me. Obviously it's kind of sad that they're all orphaned, but to be able to just see how they're rescued, how they're loved, how they're cared for, it just gives you a little bit of hope that whilst there are awful evil people out there that are still killing them for their tusks, there are so many more people that are trying to save them. This place looks absolutely incredible. It is one of Africa's oldest wildlife charities and specialises in raising orphan elephants and rhinos as well. But this video is not about making you feel sad. In fact, if any of you guys are now starting to think about buying the dreaded Christmas presents for friends and family, and you know someone that is an animal lover, you can actually adopt, not obviously to keep and to take home, but you can help adopt and finance one of the orphaned elephants or baby rhinos on their website. The Queen was shown around by Angela Sheldrick, whose mother, Dame Daphne, founded the orphanage. Camilla also spent time talking to veteran keeper Edwin Lucici, who has worked for the charity for 20 years, and he said to the Queen that it's true. Elephants never forget, and even after they've graduated and been released into the wild, they always remember those who cared for them. Honestly, doesn't that make you well up a little bit? It gets you just, they always remember their keepers and the people that come out and see them when they have been integrated back into the wild. I think it's just really special, isn't it? They're such beautiful, magnificent animals. But as I said, before I make you sad, let's talk about Camilla. Was so happy to be there. She was so excited. She forgot her surroundings and was caught on camera giving her husband a cheeky little love tap on the bottom. This isn't the first time that Queen Camilla has done this. She got caught doing it on camera when they were visiting the Coronation Gardens in Co-Antrim, which was in May earlier this year. It's clear to see for most of us that she does indeed like His Royal Highness. Now, moving on from the King and Queen's tour in Kenya, there's obviously still a lot happening, but I would like to get on to Catherine and William. Catherine went to North London to Arnos Grove, where she met with members of Dad Vengers, which is a support group for fathers that was set up by Nigel Clark, who was the founder. And they have teamed up together and joined with Catherine's Shaping Us campaign through the Royal Foundation, where he wants to highlight the fact that fathers also need support. There are lots of single fathers out there as well. They also need help. They're stay-at-home dads, they could be single dads, they can be stepdads. Everyone is trying to navigate their life, their home life, and of course trying to help navigate the little people that are born into the world. You've got the terrible twos, you've got the toddler years, you've got the chaos of multiple children, and then of course the teenage years, which I hear from friends, most of them have now reached that age. That happens to be the most terrifying of years. There was a gorgeous clip shared of Catherine playing with the children and interacting with them. As we know, Catherine is always in her element when she is meeting children and other parents. Kids naturally flock to her. There is something about her. Some people say that they love being a mum and they love their children, but they're not really keen on everyone else's children. Catherine loves all children. It's clear to see, it's so obvious, and children, they sense this, they pick up on it. They're holding hands with her, they want to hug her, they want to kiss her. Naturally, as soon as they get within range of Catherine, they're drawn to her. So she obviously really gives off these really strong, mothering, caring vibes. And I love the fact that she doesn't care that the cameras are there. She mucks around, she dances, she plays with the kids, she shakes the maracas. She truly gets involved with anything to do with children, and obviously involving a group that is meant for dads for the Shaping Us campaign is a wonderful thing to highlight, because as I've said before, a lot of dads get overlooked. There are so many situations where dads, they might be the main carer as well, they need support as well, and it's not always easy for a man to go to a group where it's mainly women being there. So I think it's lovely seeing all these dads get together. Dad Vengers arranges meetups between parents, it organises events, it's got its very own podcast, and it also offers online supports. So I think this is a brilliant initiative, because dads are an integral part of their children's life, and I think sometimes in this day and age, men often get overlooked. So let's talk about a joint engagement that Catherine and William are on, and that is they are currently in Scotland. Now, the Duke and Duchess kicked off their engagements with a healthy dose of competitiveness as they took part in riding around an obstacle course. Their visit was to Outfit Moray, which is an outdoor adventure activity and learning charity aimed at young people. I have to say, after watching the clip, I think Catherine was a bit more at ease. She was a bit more natural. William was taking the course with a bit more care. But these two always make me laugh. They are such a smiley couple. You can tell that they were having an amazing time, especially as they went round the cycling course. Now, I'm going to say something here about Catherine's look, and I know some of you will disagree with me, but I love the jacket. It's by Burberry. I like the colour, and I like the fact it's got tartan on it, which is obviously Burberry style. But the bangs, I think the bangs have got to go. They've got too much. In certain photographs, she looks really cute with them tucked behind her ears, but they're almost too bulky and too big for her really beautiful face. But she might just be at that awkward stage that most of us know, and that is the in-between growing out phase. Catherine and William looked like they were having the time of their life at this engagement, and they were photographed laughing with members of the public that came to greet them. And the princess was happily giving high fives to some of the more smaller and adorable members of the waiting crowds. Now, one group of school children that the couple went over to chat to were plugging Prince William with lots of questions. Catherine took one side of children whilst he took the other, and William was definitely peak interest to all of them. But in the background, you heard a child ask who Catherine was. And do you know what she said? "I'm married to William." That's her explanation for it. Nice and simple for the children. Oh, him that you're all trying to speak to, the future king, the prince, I'm just his wife. There was no, I'm a princess, I'm the future queen, I'm a duchess. There was none of that. It was just sweet. It was short as, oh, I'm his wife. It was just simple enough for the children. And that's all that they needed. But could you imagine the other one doing that? The other one by Meghan, who can barely even say her husband's name anymore. I mean, he got demoted so much recently. It was, I'm the wife to this one. I mean, he's gone from being has to H to now just this one in the corner, that thing over there. But Catherine is just natural with children, and there's no need to tell them or to constantly brag about your titles. Even when it came to reading to children, Catherine did the read at night time. It was the little owl book that she did, and her name came up as just Catherine because children don't care. Whereas Meghan, when she read her book, it was Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex in big letters across the screen. Even when she read her book at that school, you know, the school that we now know that she tried to get NDAs on staff and students, you know that she introduced herself. Hi, my name is Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, but you can call me the Duchess of Sussex for short. Now, in another cute moment with Catherine interacting with children, as I said, she is completely in her element. She actually comforted a little boy who just come off his bike and he was upset. And it's one of the most adorable interactions I've ever watched with her. I say adorable, not for Catherine, but that little boy who was being so brave. And he had all of these people filming him and taking photographs of him. But she encouraged him to go get back on his bike and how brave he was being. And I think that's going to be a wonderful memory for for him because now it's obviously immortalised on camera, but he's always going to have that. So one day when he's older and he's talking to his children going, that's me, that little boy, you know, the queen and king, yes, that's me. That is her literally telling me to get back on my bike. And I think that's going to be a wonderful keepsake. This is why it's so special of Catherine and William posing for selfies and taking the time to meet people. They don't turn up for a quick handshake and go, or only have their photographs done for official things. They are giving all of these people that they meet wonderful memories and things that they can cherish, really. Now, Catherine and William looked like that they had a wonderful time at this engagement. They were very relaxed. They were laughing with everyone. I think that these sort of engagements make them both very happy. They love meeting people. They love wearing casual clothes. They love playing with children. And the best thing about it, they had the opportunity to compete against each other. The couple that plays together stays together. And these two love a good old challenge where they're trying to beat each other at something. It doesn't matter what it is, whether it's rock climbing, golf, sailing, football, running, you name it, they've done it and they really give it their all. It's not contrived, it's not forced, and they somehow always manage to still highlight the charities or the organisations that they are there to see. The same as Sophie and Edward always manage to do this. Princess Anne, exactly the same. You see what they are there to promote because it's never about themselves. And of course, the King and Queen. Look at all of the wonderful things that they've drawn attention to during their short stay in Kenya already. That is what the royals are meant to do. That is how they are meant to use their platform and their privilege to help bring in donations, make charities and organisations be recognised globally, worldwide, help investors get involved. And that is exactly why Meghan would never have fitted in the royal family, and that's why it never worked out. I personally have always said to you guys, I don't think she ever intended to be a royal anyway. I think she always just wanted to smash and grab, cash and carry. She got the prince, she got the title, the baby was a bonus, and then she fled back to America to cash in on her prizes. But the biggest problem with Meghan trying to be a member of the royal family, everyone said it, she wanted to be the main attraction, she wanted to be the star, and that's not what the royal family does. As they say, celebrity and royalty are two very different kettles of fish. So it's come to that time and we're going to bash out just a few of the headlines because, you know, there's not really a lot to really say about them anymore that hasn't already been said. But let's talk headlines. First up, we've got that Harry is isolated. He's more cut off than ever because he's got no friends out there. His friends back in the UK, his polo friends, basically everyone has now cut him out of their life, give or take one or two people. Harry is busy taking after his wife, or rather following his wife, and he is chasing the celebrity lifestyle. So all I can say about that is, well, it's self-inflicted. In another similar headline, Harry is resentful as he faces his fourth Christmas separated from his family. Well, he was the one that chose not only to separate himself from his family and all of his friends, but he also hasn't stopped attacking them since he made that decision. It's a case of you reap what you sow, you've made your bed so you should lie in it, and anything else that you can think of that sums up Harry's sad story. It's self-inflicted. The only resentment that Harry should feel towards anyone is his own reflection in the mirror and occasionally when he looks at his wife. Now, speaking of Harry's wife, we're going to end the video on talking about a headline that came out about Meghan, and it will shock you to your core. Grab your pearls, put down your cup of tea. This one is one of the most shocking statements I have ever heard. Meghan and Harry are split on how to move forward as Duchess wants to focus on herself. You don't say. Meghan's only one thing that she's been consistently good at since she met Harry and started dating Harry, the one thing that's had her full undivided attention, is focusing on herself. So that one was a no-brainer for me. I can't believe that anyone actually put that out there into a news article to think that anyone's going to read that and go, you don't say. So on that note, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. We got 4 videos out this week. I had to check. Yes, no, that is 4. Yes, I've done it again. Can you believe I just did that? Okay, that's enough for me. I think I need to go get some coffee, and I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. I will be back next week, where I would have hopefully learned to count by then. And stay safe, it's fireworks, keep your pets indoors, and have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you soon. Take care for now. Bye.